Hey, this is Sasha. Welcome to another episode here on Let's Talk Stocks. And today what I want to do is share with you some insights about the gray zone. Now, the gray zone is something that I've covered in my book, Mindsets of a Master Stock Trader, which is coming out very soon. So if you're interested in getting the book, be sure you're signed up to our newsletter list, and that way you get notified when it's released because it's coming out very, very soon. So get on the newsletter list by scrolling down in the description below. You can go ahead and click a link, or wait until the end of the video, click a link over there. Anyway, so all of these things that we're covering in this book and in this video is all about the inner game. It's about the inner concepts, the inner mindsets of becoming a master stock trader or more profitable. Now, a lot of the concepts will also help you out in just general world to see things from another perspective, to see a bigger perspective, to see things in a unique way. Now, in today's topic, we're going to take a look at the gray zone. And when I look at the gray zone, there's a lot of grayness to trading. A lot of people like to look at things, and if you ever heard the phrase, hey, it's not black and white. And this is what I'm talking about, is that in trading, many people try to always go in for the lowest point as their buy point in a stock. And then, the stock goes up, and then they try to catch kind of the highest point as their sell point. So when you look at this, this is ideal. That's the black and white zone. You buy low, sell high, and that's ideal. That's the perfect scenario. But unfortunately, trading doesn't work out that way. It's very rare for someone to buy at the lowest point and sell at the highest point. Just doesn't work out that way. So a lot of times you'll be trading in this zone, in the gray zone, where you're not buying at the lowest point, you're not selling at the highest point. And in our modern world, day to day, we live in the gray world. Okay, so if you look at any time we discuss, especially in America, the gun rights, there's a lot of debate. Black and white. Do we make them illegal? Do we keep them legal? So it goes back and forth. If you look at any time the pro-life versus choice, there is no debate about the gray zone. There's, hey, are we on this side or that side? All these things are polarizing because there's no happy medium. Politicians do this all the time. Now, in trading, this is where we find common ground. This is where you find profitability. But unfortunately, in most of the other areas that you see, that you have become accustomed to, there is no gray zone. It's all black and white, black and white. It's one way or the other. So what I want you to start looking at in trading is that start finding success in the gray zone. I find many times people who are looking to get into some trades, they might try to wait for the perfect opportunity. So if you're waiting for perfection, you're waiting for the black and white zone, you're waiting for that buy point, you might wait for a very long time. And that's just not necessarily going to suit you as a trader because the market's constantly moving, it's constantly engaging, there's always signals that are coming, information and data that's being thrown at you, and you're not always going to have perfect entries and perfect exits. So what you need to know and understand is that the gray zone is perfectly okay. Sometimes, even if a stock moves sideways, even if it's not moving to the upside, or even if it's not moving to the downside, you can still make money from it because you still have some low and high points. And even in that case, if you don't understand options, let me just share with you a basic concept. If a stock is moving sideways, you could still sell things like iron condors. You could get things like calendars where you're still making money from time decay and theta, where you just go ahead and collect the premium. So just because a stock is not doing maybe exactly what you expect it to do, it's not black and white, there's still a lot of positives in the gray zone. So I want you to open up your mind and see things that, hey, maybe it's not a perfect trading opportunity. Maybe it's not the perfect stock. Maybe it's not the stock that's going to rip 1,000% over the next year. But it doesn't mean it can't be a profitable trade, especially if you manage your money correctly, especially if you put on a trade that's favorable to the movement of that stock. it can still work out and it can still be a winner for you. And that's the end of the game, is that are the trades that you're putting on winning and working for you? It's not about perfect trades every single time. It's about finding the right trade for the way that the stock is moving. And a lot of that has to deal with trading in the gray zone. 99% of the trades I do, I say I'm trading in the gray zone. I'm not hitting perfect buy points, perfect sell points. I'm not hitting, even on order execution, when you're getting into the trade or exiting the trade, just the bid-ask spread. I'm not hitting those perfect all the time. Sometimes the market makers make a little more on me than at other times. And that's what I want you to be aware of as you start putting on trades, is that if you're waiting for perfection, you're going to be waiting a long time. So start finding opportunities, even in the gray zone, because that's really where you'll be trading most of the time. Okay, so I hope you see and are aware now that, hey, there's a lot of grayness in the world, and there's a lot of gray parts to trading. It's not going to be a perfect entry. It's not going to be a perfect exit. Maybe once in your lifetime you'll hit it, but most of the time you're going to be trading in the gray zone. So get used to it, be familiar with it, and accept the trades that come your way, and learn to manage them a little bit better. Start evolving and developing your blueprints and adjusting them and tweaking them, because the world and trading, a lot of it is going to happen in the gray zone. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this lesson, be sure to check out my book, Mindsets of a Master Stock Trader, because all of those concepts are all inner game concepts, and that's what we cover in that book. So I hope you pick it up, because it's worthwhile on your investment. You can do so and be sure to get notified when it's released by clicking the link right over here, and that way you get on our newsletter list. You can get discounts, promotions, coupons, anything for our courses, classes, books, and all the other good stuff when we release new content and videos. Or of course you could go ahead and just click the ugly face icon over here, and that way you get notified on YouTube when new stuff is released. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Remember, in the end, do what you love, contribute to other people, but most importantly, live life abundantly. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys are the world. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time.